10 years that we've been playing at this level, and they are holding it now. And after speaking to my friend and one of the most outstanding players for the French team, Le Roquet William Richard, he has claimed without question that he intends on keeping his hands on that gold. And the face-off has begun, and we are beginning, and Brazil have early possession straight away. And Brazil managed to pick it back again and begin to build with some shape at the back. So early on, Brazil with some confidence, not intimidated at all by the spectacle or the reputation of the fearsome French. Fearsome because of their pace, their technicality, and their danger, the way that they can break just like that. First time I've seen the Brazilians play. I didn't get a chance to see them at their training session, so I've only got a reputation to go by from what other players have said, but looking so far, very confident, bright. The French, as always, come out of the traps with intent, and their pace is already starting to build. The French with the best first chance, and another one there ringing the bell on the crossbar. Thomas zinging through, but Brazil are composed at the back and they recover a little bit. And are not afraid to take on the French a little bit at their own game. Good strength there. And a bit of a wide pass, maybe not a shot, to try and threaten the French keeper. Block 2 for France begins. Tried the wrap around there, the French players trying to exploit the smaller size of this rink slightly and using that width and that space. Most inline players, if you're not used to this type of pitch and this type of game in terms of hockey, most inline players are used to playing on a variety of different sizes of pitches, but always slightly smaller. You may be able to see that on the screen, that the pitch is a little bit smaller than your normal ice hockey, certainly smaller than the full European size. And the French are now starting to use their premier tactic, which is possession hockey. Although the puck spits out, and Brazil take advantage. This year for the World Championships, danger in front. France get another chance, but again, the Brazilians very composed, not intimidated, very relaxed. This is good. Team Brazil in the mix here, facing the mighty French. They've got gold on their mind, gold in their intent. And the French change the block and build. Could be very dangerous. As I was saying, the smaller pitch allows for some dangerous passes, and that's the result there. And a fantastic save. The Brazilian keeper very much up for this. France just testing, teasing, seeing what they're capable of. Maybe a little surprised. Could be. Brazil confident, defensive passing in front of the goal. This doesn't seem to fluster them at all. I'm very, very impressed so far. And signs of some organization. building a breakout, drawing the French in. Confident on the puck as well, not easily dislodged. Brazil go forward, player wide, but probably not quite enough in front. Brazilian player number 3, just lurking a little bit high on the hash marks there to be able to exploit the crossing pass, which I think he really wanted. So French are starting to circle and cycle a little bit now, but the crossing pass is just not finding their way through. Brazilians capable of defending. Well, this could be dangerous here. Oh, well defended, but it pops out. And there you have it. Just a little bit too sharp in front of the goal. And Michel Meunier, number 77, Potts tucked in right at close back post. So, here we have it. Bonjour les Français, welcome. You must have tuned in today expecting Les Bleus to attack and lay down a confident marker. They just scored for you, but it took them 5 minutes to get a hold of the puck. The Brazilians, debutants, new to this level of international play, held them for 5 minutes and held them very well. They show good pace, and they show good confidence. And they show a good forecheck as well too, number 19 for Brazil. Poke checking the French attack. And France still just struggling to get it out of their own end. Brazil holding them, and another forecheck. Excellent. If, and this is a big if there's any weakness in the French teams, is that they want the time on the puck. They play possession. This is really dangerous. Brazil, golden chance! Unbelievable! Taking the opportunity. The French weren't breaking out of their own zone. They were teasing, they were testing, and then with a little bit of shape and that outstanding forecheck, Team Brazil score their very first World Cup goal. Outstanding. Team France maybe just taking it easy, thinking that that goal, the one that they scored earlier on, was just enough, and they were going to build from there, but no. Outstanding. Well done, Brazil. Wow, this is going to be interesting. A team to watch now. My apologies just for the moment, because as those of you who have watched these games before, you know that this is not the BBC, and I am not a famous presenter. As the French maybe start to turn around now and build back, but the Brazilians, good defense, maybe a little bit under pressure there, got excited, but France will be shaking their heads now, waking up and getting determined to roll this back the other way. And this slightly smaller pitch being quite quick. And the Brazilians a little bit physical. Once again, it's the least the thing that the French like the least. It's not their favorite game. They don't want to be in the mix too much. They just want to be quick. They want to be fast. They want to have free lanes and channels. So the Brazilians like to bring it a little on the shoulder too. The only thing that the French won't like is if you're right in their face, buzzing. So this smaller pitch, they might not like it. However, their ability to bring pace to the game, it's always been what they're very good at. Possession, pace. Danger here for the French. Getting some time on the puck right near the Brazilian keeper. And starting to bring a little bit of physicality with their sticks as well too. Although, outstanding stick handling, very good. And again, composed. Brazil, very, very good. Taking it all on the chin so far. They'll be absolutely buzzing knowing that they've scored their very first World Championship goal. They can't be complacent. A little lazy pass like that can be dangerous. France crowding the goal. Lots of players, they all want to score. An awful lot of the French, away top, the French light color. White with blue and red. And another little dangerous centering pass, but it didn't make it. It was stopped by a clever defensive stick right on the post. And France now is trying to build their composure. Great forecheck. I think this could be an emerging Brazilian asset. Forechecking, strong. Whoa. And another outstanding save, the Brazilian keeper. As I was saying, the nature of these games at this level is a bit DIY, a bit family friendly. Brothers, sisters, aunts and uncles, especially in Italy, where volunteers are recruited from far and wide to be able to turn this around. Brazil can do their second one yet. French keeper just sticking his leg out and denying the Brazilians yet another little bit of glory. Pace building now. Xavier Rabi. Tried to clear that pass. It's going around the boards. The boards are a little bit wobbly here, so be prepared for wraparounds to be slightly dodgy. That was dangerous. That could have found a deflection on the center for Brazil. And who would have thought that Brazil like a little bit of tiki-taki in the hockey as well as the football? Dangerous. The French defenders leaving that lone forechecker very, very high in front of the keeper. The keepers for France seemingly quite happy to leave them in front. This is getting dangerous. Brazil look like they're going to score here. As we say in Canada, the cherry picker for Brazil is proving to be quite effective. Team France maybe thinking they're set up for the Czechs, who will just build from the back like a great tsunami. Whereas the Brazilians look a little bit more like poachers. Ooh. Did well to try to control that, the Brazilians, as they were trying to build out of their own end, but couldn't quite control it. And France calmly turn around. So these are very much a volunteer games, very much an amateur setup. And so we are still in the early days of building and preparing, doing as much as I can to try and bring the games to you live and add a little bit of color. but for a little bit more detail, please be patient with me as I try and get my hands on more detailed team rosters, names, numbers, etc., and then I can share that with you. Although Rafael from Team Brazil was very generous and has organized lots of information from the Brazilians, so I'll be looking forward to sharing that with you when time allows. Meanwhile, if you've joined us now from Brazil, all the way over the pond, if you're taking your morning walk on the beach of Rio de Janeiro, or Sao Paulo, or Brasilia, or deep in the Amazon, welcome for the first time. Your boys are doing very well. They are holding the world champions in the first live game for both of these 38s at the World Championships, the 10th Masters World Championships in Asiago in Italy. Oh, very dangerous. The French now starting to park a few buses in front of the Brazilian keeper. Seems to work for them. But Brazil have got an excellent gardien. And so we are held at 1-1 right now. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. The world champions playing the debutants. The unknown quantity. And I think that very quickly the reputation for Brazil being here to play will build. I look forward to the comments. My name's Pete Wirtz. Sometimes I'm not even sure what I'm doing here, but it's a great pleasure to be here, and this is fascinating to watch. You can find me on Twitter as the French build. Dangerous crossing. They just got the Brazilians tied up in a knot in the front there. The defense was shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. The French exploited the space, and that's going to be the key in this slightly smaller rink that they built inside the ice hockey patch at the Asiago Arena. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later for those fans. When I get a chance, I'll describe to you the schedules and the plans for today, and I'll post that on my Facebook site. You can follow me online. My name is Pete Wirtz, W-I-R-T, and that's at @IOnInline, all one word. So if you can find me on Twitter at @IOnInline, I've got news, exclusives, and some of the schedules that we're planning on putting together. I'm just talking with my producer and my cameraman here. We're doing a fantastic job with really, really professional equipment to try and bring you as classy and as sharp a stream as we possibly can. 2 channels coming to you all week from both arenas, Asiago and Roana, 5 minutes away by car, neighboring towns in the beautiful Dolomites up in the hills and the small ski resorts. So a live stream on the other channel now in Roana, and I'll provide for you some information on the matches as they go on. We are now just beginning today. It's our first day, and just the first match here at Asiago for the Masters 38s. And you find the world champions, holders of the gold, just going up by 1 goal, leading 2-1 against Brazil. who as an unknown force have come out very calm, very collected, and very determined. Bringing in a little bit of physicality and some real danger. Again, Brazil doing another stretch play and parking the cherry picker right in front of the goal. Forcing France to come collect back with 4. Stretch pass now for France as they go forward. Defending, stick handling all over the place using the wiry talent that they've got. Good stick check. Brazilians can play. But France break out so cleanly, so dangerously. Their pace on this small pitch could be absolutely dangerous. France settling in their corner. The Brazilian defense is starting to collapse. They've got to be careful here. The knot is tightening. But the Brazilians quite happy to exploit the sloppy pass. Can they clear it out by sheer will of force alone? Not this time. This is danger. Off the post. Close to target. These posts are as big as railway sleepers, so you'll find, I think you'll hit them a lot. Very dangerous, on the move. Couldn't cross it. Keeper knew what to do with the stick. Blocked it. Pops back out to France on the center line. France now using the width. Brazil tightening the knot in center. Deflected by a pad. Danger, crossing. One too many passes, too generous. And the puck on its edge rolls all the way out. And is struggling to be collected. As the French team change their line. Decide against going for a quick attack. And turn around again. This is what the French will want to do all the time. Build from the back. Slowly wind up the elastic, rev the engine. And then snap forward. Using the boards really cleverly now. Exploiting the width. But some great stick checking there from Brazil. A little bit of physical pressure from the French. Ooh, dangerous. Brazil had an idea about how to clear that by keeping possession, but it was dangerous play in front. Confidence can be overconfidence. Little probing pass coming off the backboards. Another forechecker there. This Brazilian forecheck looks really dangerous. This game is by no means settled. We have 2 minutes left to play in the first half. France going forward, very dangerous. Stick handling. Brazilian keeper tracked him all the way. Another stretch. Backhand. Oh! Brazil just getting in behind the French defense all the time. That's clever play. No pass there to cross to. 1:45 left to play in the first half. Brazil go 3-on-1. This is a great big chance. How are they going to do it? Takes the, oh, so patient. It was the right pass, but it just missed the stick. Brazil still sets up. And happy and content to settle it in and maintain the possession. France on the back foot there, and only 1 goal up. It's 2-1 now for France, and a speculative shot from a long time away. Downtown. Ladies and gentlemen, the Brazilians are here to play. Isn't that fantastic? What a great addition to these World Championships. I'll tell you a little bit during the halftime about what happens to some of the other teams at Masters level. Ooh, dangerous reset for the French. But they managed to pull it off and try and clear quite quickly. Brazilian keeper knows the game. Smart play came out of his crease there just a little bit to stop that wraparound. And Brazil stretching there too. Now you'll notice that puck, as it zips round, it's popping out of the boards. I think that's going to be the feature comment at this arena here in Asiago, where you'll find that wraparounds on those boards and any board passes are going to be just a little bit inconsistent and pop out in unexpected places. So Brazil happy to try and settle into a better breakout. Quick check up to the clock. Seconds left to play in the first half. The world champions, Les Bleus, playing in Les Blancs, have 2. And Team Brazil, with their first ever World Championship goal, will go back to their bench ecstatic. Asiago 2019, the 10th. And you join us here live. We've got 2 channels streaming, so both arenas are live all week, where you can see pictures from all the matches. So please do join us. Send your comments to me on YouTube. Oh, danger! Friends, right off of the face-off, and that's exactly what the Rocket Richard said to me that the French were going to do. Face-offs are a key part of their winning strategy. So Brazil needs to be really sharp on that. One of the Clisson brothers, outstanding last year, pivotal clutch players for the French team. And they can do this all day long. Skate, 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 and then centering passes. Little goal off the moorings there as the French start to crash the net a little bit more directly and put Brazil under some more defensive pressure. So far, so good, Team Brazil. Brazil breaking out with 2. Players covering 1. Good numbers there, strength. Number 55, my old number. As a former player for Team GB, manager for 6 years in the inaugural years of this World Championship. Played under number 55 for years. So it's always nice to see someone out there with that classic. And also nice to see hockey being played with strength. Who a little bit talked himself out of taking possession of that puck. But a bit of quickness there too. 19, little shoulder shimmy, just to see who's going where. The France get over numbers there. Could go back and forth really quickly. Great centering pass, followed by a great defensive move. Laying that stick on the floor for the barrier, and the penalty's called for the trip. Just at this stage, we're a little bit early for the full instant replay, although we will expect to have that building for you towards the end of the championships as we get to the quarters, semis and finals. So we're going to have some really nice graphics going and some replay, and I'm really looking forward to doing that for you guys as we build on towards those finals. But for now, as we settle in and get all our equipment sort of up to scratch, we're working just with 2 cameras at both sites, so you'll get live HD pictures from both arenas all week long, and then hopefully as the finals tend to roll over to here, we can sort of step up and do our very best BBC impression. The score is 2 to France, 1 to Brazil, their first ever World Champ goal. We've just 2.5 minutes into the second half, and Brazil have their first power play. So this is the test of organization and planning. The French are very good defenders. Goals against for them last year were very, very low. Oh, what an outstanding goal! So patient, he wasn't even looking. It was a no-look shot, let alone a no-look pass. Beautifully executed, sharp, quick, and absolutely blasted. That was a 5-hole goal. What a prize. Right from the face-off, I can see Team Brazil on the slight delay in the feed that I have on my monitors, which, you know, for the time being will just have to suffice for an instant replay. The Brazilian team settled in nicely into their shape, waited for that hole patiently. Oh, what a zinger. What a zinger of a goal that was. Pace and pressure and accuracy. And so now the Brazilians have stepped up a little bit extra pace. Again, those dangerous boards there, those pucks rebound quickly. Oh, denied by another one of these great big metal fat posts. The pucks tend to come right out back at you when they ricochet off these fat furs goals. Quite different to normal ice hockey goals. Short, wide. Great beasts of a thing. With a less of a bell ringing sound, more like a dull thud as the puck rings off of them, as it often does. As these players try and whip in testing shots. France back up to 4 now, and the pressure seems to have rolled the other way, and the pendulum has swung back in their favor. Maybe a little bit surprised that they're having to fight now, that the score is drawn 2-2. So Brazilians like to score within the first 5 minutes of every half. Let's see if this is a pattern that continues. If it is, they'll be dancing in the Copacabana tonight. Brazil again had that lone forechecker lurking dangerously. Last man. Stretch play on for Brazil. That's dangerous. Once again, the French getting caught way out from that last man and behind. No call on that, just stepped on his stick, so Brazil are not going to get another power play for that. Stepping in, dangerous reflection. Brazil, oh, great outlet pass. The tall Brazilian, number 88, just using a little reverse handle on his stick there to hold possession as he quickly switches. And Brazil get fresh boots. And away we go forward, but that outlet didn't quite come. Stopped and reversed by the French. Now there could be something. French player on the floor, but no. Can't get a penalty for stepping on the stick. That was an excellent pass, but the shot was off target. Went way over top these little goals. The Brazilian keeper's rolling around on the floor now. Take a deep breath. Change block for Les Bleus. And we have a dangerous outlet pass, but it doesn't come off. Passing, stretch for Brazil. Good physical pressure. The two players both roll into the hit. Brazil still chasing. Good stick check. But they support each other in defense. Doesn't fancy taking it on pace 1-to-1 with that French player. French pace, nothing less than absolutely electric. But strength is the captain, tries to break out on his own. Still using his physical strength, still got the puck. Wow, that's great. Physical hockey from the Brazilians. France now drawing a lovely, pretty pattern on the pitch. Completing their design. Turn all the way around. That shot disappeared. I don't even know where it went. I mean, I think I'm all right in saying that the light in this arena is not the best. So sometimes the puck can be a little bit lost in the mist, as they say. Brazilian keeper just under the pressure that he was in, maybe just wiping the floor there and taking a break to clear off any slipperiness underneath his feet. He's going to need it. Watch this France face-off. They didn't win it, but they didn't lose it either. Danger for Brazil here. 13 minutes into the second half. It is world champions France 2. Debutants, first time. Newbies, Brazil 2. Incredible deflection on the wide shot from Team France. Centering. No one to pass to, and tests the keeper again. And Brazilian keeper just catches that puck in the net. France not winning that face-off yet again. Hands are up. French penalty coming. And another trip. Let's see if I can spot that on the feed. So the penalty's called for the trip, which is right after the face-off. And Team Brazil will get another chance to go on a power play. They certainly exploited their first one with an outstanding goal from a deadly angle right at this hash mark closest to the player's bench. France coming out and forechecking. Not that much space in here, but they're settling up nicely now. Danger. Brazil tightening the noose a little bit. Oh, that's a centering pass. Outstanding, but less of a deflection and more of an absorption there by the French player. Seems to feel okay, and will carry on. Oh, what a shot! I've never seen anything like it. He just looked up. He took one little quick look and absolutely fired the puck in. French are complaining. They say that he's got that in the back. Get it ricochet off of the post. What's the referee saying? They think it's gone in. The Brazilians, they're convinced. Did the French keeper slide in across the line and take it in? Was there a definitive? I'm going to watch the referee's reactions. It's no goal. They're calling it no goal now. The French have talked their way out of a goal there. I'm watching the feet now. Absolutely acute angle. Referee indicated a goal initially. He was right there on the line, slightly. French keeper claims that it ricocheted off of the post and went into the back of his pads and tucked itself neatly into one of his laces. Wow. The French using diplomacy there to try and keep the score as even as possible. And I think they'll feel lucky at that, because the indication from the referee was clearly a goal. Rabi, dangereux. Xavier Embry, number 39 for Team France. It's his second cap for the World Championships. Hometown Rouen, plays for the Spiders in Rouen. Had some time in England as well too, so he's played around. He's got a bit of an international career. The Brazilian's still wide here. Few seconds left in the penalty. Just stretching France, making them skate a little bit. Speculative shot from outside. Xavier taking up the point and trying to forecheck on this Brazilian power play. High and wide, that shot. And the danger is that it can break out. The French come out. Oh, a little bit of a argy-bargy with the keeper there. I think the consequences for that in ice hockey are slightly different than in wheels. Normally that sort of thing doesn't go down very well. The French win that face-off in the Brazilian end and spit it back out and want a break. Now the French have got a little more possession. Some physical adjustment there from the Brazilian number 93. France again making beautiful patterns. Trying to find a couple of ricochets through the forest, but didn't find it. France are now looking a little bit organized. This is the second gear, I think, that we are looking for. Passing, but to the backhand of the stick, couldn't take it. Brazil under the fence, good stick handling. Almost interference there from Brazil, but they managed to break it out. The tall man, number 98, trying to stretch. One of the Clisson brothers. Small but lively. He'll whiz around. You'll see his jersey blowing in the breeze, generated by his own pace. And the pattern in the movement is really nice for France, and that's what they can do. They come at you full attack. Like the Mistral. I call them the Clistral, the Clissons, driving forward as Hostin directs traffic. Fresh boots come on, though dangerous, this is crossing. Oh, the Brazilian keeper now just putting his mattress on the floor, but it was inevitable. As the French just started to put together their chess game and begin to move the pieces on the board, you could see them building. I think Brazil just got caught a little bit with a messy change there. Some discipline on the bench. On the pitch, fantastic, but maybe just on the bench now, a little bit of organization has just let them down. Apart from that one little thing, they have been outstanding in their debut here at the World Championship. from our debutants here in Brazil. We'll take your face off now with just a little, well, I say now exactly 8 minutes left in the second half. France have just gone up, leading the game 3-2. And now a completely different atmosphere descends. The French slowing right down, thinking of their next tactical move. And that's as dangerous too. Worked for them first. Again, placing those pieces on the chessboard. They were in no rush to get there. So there it is, folks. There's the second gear I was looking for. Exactly as predicted. Have Brazil got a second gear? Have they got a plan B? Can they rise and adapt? They'll need to if they want to go far at this level. So far, so very, very good. And maybe now a little bit of a return to what they know best. We're going back to some more stretch play. Which seemed to be working against the French as they stretched them out. And the defenders almost not wanting to play that kind of game. Refusing to accept that they had a player 3 feet in behind them. Whispering sweet nothings into the keeper. That was, I think, a reasonably fair check. It wasn't intentional, but did look a little bit like elbows first. There are ways and means. Oh, great stick check. Dispossessed. Very dangerous. Oh, very subtle move. Now the hands showing. Fast hands for the French. Miscommunication for Brazil. Maybe just a little overwhelmed. The captain shaking his head. Wanting his boys to step up. There's the stretch. Rebound. The French just don't want to play that game. They're not interested. If it's not beautiful, it's not hockey. And so they continue to play their version of the beautiful game. An esthétique certain for hockey. Clisson. Patience now. 5 minutes, 57 seconds left in the game. And what a great way to open up their World Cup bank account. Then by scoring 2 goals against the world champs and holding them to just 1 so far. But if another one of those stretches works, I think the Brazilian bench will go nuts. France playing smart. Building, turning. Here's a forecheck now. That's better, Brazil. The forecheck is what works. Maybe a little bit tentative now, Brazil. Maybe a little bit nervous. Oh, great check. Right on target. But the outlet pass just a little bit excited. And some very genial apologies to each other as they try and get themselves ready for the next French attack. Quick. And number 77, Rouillet, bringing out some extra tools from his toolkit. But the keeper was equal to that shot. Another face-off, another win for France in the Brazilian end. Thomas, crossing pass, great stick handling. French players are now set up all over the place. Back post, high in the slot, crossing, starting to look like a beautiful little triangle. France ready to win another face-off. They do. Comes straight back out. High on the point. But discretion is the better part of the French valor. Steady. Thomas. A shot over the bow. 4 minutes left to play in the second half. 4 minutes left to play in the game. Brazil have more than proven themselves. France still struggling, but lone possession, good defense. Brazil were a little bit quiet there, didn't quite compress the French out of possession. And now, Rabi. Xavier leads the train and takes the charge. But again, the French are happy to play smart. Good movement, great crossing pass, nice outlet. Can Brazil take advantage? Loose puck in front, good stick possession, strength on the puck. Can the outlet? Oh, there it is. Tried the pass, good pad save. French keeper good. Saw what was happening. And the French break so quickly. Almost too creative there. You need to keep it simple, but good strength. Danger here now. And they go back again. Smart, not hard. Little subtle touch, but again dispossessed. 3-on-2 for Brazil here. Can they exploit? What are they going to do? No pace. Oh, that was spot on, but the deflection from the Brazilian player in the slot just didn't quite come off. France not entirely solid in the defense. They're vulnerable. But so dangerous going forward. 1, 2, 3. Brazilian keeper just leaving the mattress on the floor like a futon now, not bothering to stand up. And the French may be content to just see the rest of these minutes out, not wanting to let loose on any possession. The Clissons go forward. Another rebound off of the keeper. Flying high. Melneuf. Little Clisson. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Brazil going forward now with some pace. Testing shot. Keeper had to save it. And then some miscommunication with the defender there. He wasn't sure what to do. That's unusual from Le Roque Richard, who normally is very, very composed. In fact, one of the most composed French players. He's held 2 golds at World Championship level. His first one was in Pinerolo in 2012. So he knows his way around. But maybe for the first time just a little nervous, thinking that these Brazilians can bring them a game. They sure are. One minute and 9 seconds left. We have a keeper timeout to readjust the moorings and to maybe just tidy up a patch. Brazilian keepers are off the bench now. So we've got 5-on-4. The Brazilians have pulled their keeper to put some pressure to try and get some possession. They think they can do something, but that's dangerous. Whoa. The Hail Mary sailed forth but didn't find the gap. Seems to be a problem with the clock now, so we don't know why the times struggle. The referees have clocked onto it. Bless them, there's some local youngsters and some volunteers in the control box. maybe just getting a little overwhelmed by this fabulous turn-up. Team France, the gold medal, two-time champions, led by their leader this year, William Richard, Le Rocket. Feeling the pressure from the Brazilians in their debut. They have stepped right up. Discussion being had at the control box, just a gentle reminder. Green means go, red means stop. Tick-tock on the clock. Brazil remaining 5-on-4, no keeper. They think that they can win this face-off, but the French are good. They win most of them. What can they do in 57 seconds? The Brazilians do win. They keep control. Can they set up? Le Clistral, the deux Clisson. Putting pressure on. Brazil trying to find some space to set up. Not finding the outlet. They've got three players, one in front. It's a bit too high. Scored from here last time. This is dangerous. Whoa. The cross was good. Oh, danger. Brazil have got men on the back post, man in front. Two on the point. Oh, an unlucky deflection on the stick. The French exploit. The Brazilians did absolutely the right thing. They had to take the chance. And the seconds wind down on the clock. There's only 3 of them left. And the French just exploit that chance to take it 4-2. But the Brazilians did the right thing. What a fantastic debut for them, eh? They have shown that they know how to play, they're smart, they're technical, they've got great strength. The French will be surprised at this turn up for the books. As their veterans team, my good friend, Rodolphe Roana, the keeper for France, preparing to come out for the veterans team next. Debut. And I'm really looking forward to speaking with the Brazilians as soon as I can get Rafael up here. So stay tuned. Don't switch off now, Brazil. They are coming up here to speak with me in front of the board and on camera to tell you what it means to them to have come out here and done such an outstanding job. And if you've got any questions for them, send your questions to me at Pete Wirt, W-I-R-T, at